Hello, it's Patrick here from the GarageBandGuide.com. In this video, I'm going to be comparing 3 of the best budget mixing headphones available today. And before you jump into the comments with your
"You know, you really can't mix properly without studio monitors. Mixing on headphones just won't give you professional results,"
hear me out. If you're just getting started with recording and mixing in GarageBand on Mac or iOS, or lack the disposable income to be able to afford a pair of studio quality monitor speakers, or maybe just don't have the space available, then a good pair of headphones to mix your projects might be the best avenue open to you. And the good news is you don't necessarily have to break the bank to get a really good pair of headphones to mix your GarageBand projects with. First up are the AudioTechnica ATH M30Xs. You may well have heard all and sundry singing the praises of these headphones' bigger and more expensive brother, the AudioTechnica ATH M50Xs. And while the M50Xs are for sure the superior headphones, they also cost double the price of the ATH M30Xs. Like all of the headphones featured in this video, the AudioTechnica ATH M30Xs are closed-back headphones. They do a great job of limiting audio bleed, which does make them useful when tracking in close proximity to your microphone. The 40mm drivers in these things mean they pack a great punch without having to turn up the volume too much on your computer or audio interface. These headphones are completely plastic apart from the sizing bands, which, while not surprising at this price point, doesn't feel the best, and I have found them to be oddly creaky at times. Sound-wise, the M30Xs are what I would describe as the most boring sounding headphones in this lineup. By that, I mean they lack any noticeably hyped frequencies. This isn't a bad thing. You won't find any emphasis on bass or sub-frequencies here, neither are there any sparkling highs. While this does result in a rather dull Spotify experience, the Audio-Technicas have a lovely, neutral, flat sound, which does lend itself well to mixing. The headphones are fairly comfortable, if a little cheap feeling, and I'm not a great fan of whatever vinyl type covering Audio-Technica have used to cover the ear cups. It just doesn't feel very good pushed up against your ears for long periods of time, and the material has begun to crack on my pair. I have had them a good few years though. All in all, the AudioTechnica ATH M30Xs are a great pair of headphones that give you a true and transparent frequency response. Next up are the Sony MDR705S, and these things are legendary. First produced in 1991, these guys have been a staple of recording studios, radio stations, and TV broadcast studios for almost 30 years. And listening to them, it's easy to understand why. You won't find any modern artificially enhanced bass frequencies here. Rather, the Sony 705S have a wide and smooth frequency response, with a slight emphasis on higher frequencies. This results in a detailed and natural sound that avoids the boxiness that a lot of headphones in this price point can fall afoul of. The Sony MDR705S are really, really comfy. Whatever they've used to cover the ear cups feels great, even for hours-long tracking and mixing sessions. They are also really light at a touch over 1.5 pounds, surprising considering the cups are made partially of metal. They do feel really sturdy, and the materials that Sony have used do give them an almost premium feel. Design-wise, you'll either love them or hate them. The big dopey studio monitors wording stamped on the headband is a bit of a turn-off, and the bold reminder that these are in fact professional headphones might be overkill for some. You won't be turning any heads on your morning commute if you decide to wear these things in public. Having said that, the Sony 7506s do provide the least fatiguing listening experience of any of the headphones in this video, and the clarity of the sound that they produce is fantastic. These things are legendary for a reason. I'd highly recommend giving them a listen. The new kids on the headphone producing block, Status Audio have built a reputation over the last few years for creating great sounding headphones with minimal branding or gimmicks. The Status CB1s are intended for use as reference monitors and punch well above their price point quality-wise. With 50mm drivers, these headphones definitely pack a punch, and extra touches like including 2 detachable cables in the box are definitely appreciated. Frequency-wise, these headphones are by far the most bass-heavy of the 3 headphones in this video. Status Audio go out of their way to explain that they are boosting sub and low bass frequencies with these CB1 headphones, as opposed to other companies who boost mid-bass frequencies. This does result in a clearer sound overall, and the CB1s manage to avoid that bloated muddiness that other bass-heavy headphones from other more well-known companies output. The CB1s have the chunkiest ear cups out of any headphones in this video, and the material they've used to cover them feels great too. They are a whole pound heavier than the Sony MDR705S though, and the overall aesthetic is definitely on the chunky side. Build quality isn't fantastic. They are made completely from plastic, and while this probably helps keep production costs down, it doesn't exactly scream long-lasting to me. Despite that shortcoming, the Status CB1s sound fantastic, and while their hyped bass response may take a bit of work to get used to when mixing, you'll need to compensate for it with EQ, you just won't find another pair of studio quality headphones as good as these for this price. So there you have it. Those are my picks for the best budget mixing headphones for GarageBand. You'll find links to the headphones mentioned in this video down in the description below. What headphones do you use and why would you recommend them? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I've been Patrick from the GarageBandGuide.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.